Today we're doing some Deluge USB MIDI testing.
Freebie.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Today's patron shoutout goes to Kickfoot. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. Okay, so I've been waiting to film this video for about a week now because I needed some adapters to show up, and they finally did. They were in my town for like 3 days before they actually got delivered, which is kind of frustrating, but they're here, so we're gonna do this. Now, I'm not gonna spoil the reasons as to why I want to do this right now, but for this video, what I want is I want to use the Deluge's USB Type B port for MIDI rather than the 5-pin adapters here. So I want to be able basically to plug any MIDI controller that has USB into the Deluge port here, the USB port, and use it to control the Deluge that way. Now, as far as I know, and as far as I understand, the Deluge does have the capability to be a USB MIDI host. Which means this should, in theory, work. Now, there are a couple things that we're going to need. So let's zoom out here a bit. This is just, by the way, my audio out going to the interface for recording. I do split it into a left and right signal. That's just how my interface, the Zoom Live Track L12, works. So the first thing that I believe we need is a standalone power supply for the Deluge. So this is actually a power supply from myvolts.com. They're not sponsored or affiliated with the channel in any way. I paid full price for it. Took about like a week and a half to show up because it had to ship overseas, but as we can see, it does work just fine to power the Deluge. And yeah, I believe the Deluge just needs power in order to act as a USB host, which is pretty standard, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. So let's bring in our keyboard controller now that we're going to use. Going with the Arturia KeyStep 37, which connects via USB with a Type B port, much like the Deluge has. So we've got right here a Type B to Type A connector, which again is pretty standard. Now, let's make a giant forest and mess of cables here. Let's plug this into the KeyStep 37 here. And now we're left with this Type A cable, which of course is not going to fit into this Type B port. That's where the adapters I purchased come in. So these are, if I can get the bag open, a pair of, I only need one, but it came with two, pair of Type B male connectors here. Let's zoom in the camera, actually, and take a better look at this. There we go. So Type B full size to female Type A. So we can take the end of our USB Type B cable coming from the KeyStep and plug it in to this Type A female jack. And then, zoom you back out here, we can plug the Type B end into the Deluge. And this should be enough to not only power the KeyStep, but also receive MIDI. So, let's see if this works. We do have power, which is a good sign. Now, we're not going to know if the keys are working yet until we actually map a patch on the Deluge, an instrument track, to the KeyStep. So, to do that, I'm going to make sure that I am in... Why is this? Oh, a sequence to note. Going to make sure we're in this instrument track here. I'm going to hold Learn/Input, hold down on one of the audition pads, and push a key. And no, does not work. We are on keyboard channel 1. Why is this not working? Huh. Interesting. I'm not sure why. What am I doing wrong here? Very weird. It should just work. I have no clue why this isn't working. I wonder if it has to do with like the order that we powered things on. Sometimes that can matter. What's interesting is that the Deluge is off, but it's still passing power through to the KeyStep 37. Just turning things on in different order here. Oh, There we go. It's kind of hot. Yeah, it sounds like garbage, but it's working. Awesome. That's all I really wanted out of this experiment, actually, was just to get MIDI working over USB on the Deluge. That's nice. Now, what's cool about this is that the Deluge also does have MPE support as of the latest firmware update. So all of these new MPE controllers that for the most part seems just have USB for MIDI, they will work in theory with the Deluge. So we will definitely do a video playing with that. Let's just see how I map Aftertouch. I just noticed it's right here. I think I can just... Is that what I want? What does that say? Mod sources? No, let's maybe start with a parameter first. Let's go filter frequency. Whoop, I accidentally mapped it to velocity. There we go. Okay, let's turn that up. Oh, yeah. Cool. And let's bring the default point for the cutoff down. Yeah. Definitely very cool. I'm glad this is working, and I'm glad it's actually fairly simple to set up. Doesn't seem that complicated. It's just USB from the controller into the Deluge, Deluge power to the wall, and then Deluge audio output into your interface or headphones or recorder or whatever, or even just a speaker on board. You know, whatever you're going to use to get the audio out of the Deluge and into whatever you're doing. So I'm going to call this a success. It appears that the boot order of the devices definitely matters because once we had them sequenced the correct way, it just worked. So yeah, 2 thumbs up. Cool. This is going to lead to a lot of interesting videos here on the channel, I believe, and I hope you're all excited. I do hope you found this video informative or at least entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too. Whoop, that was like sideways. Dislike. There we go. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, new content every single day. Thank you so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.